Hello, universe. How are you? It is late Monday night, around 11 o'clock. And believe it or not, I have still yet to get up yesterday's video because I have been very busy. Stuck with the plan. I've been achieving with the plan. By the way, I'm very bright today. Very orange, and it looks a little yellow on camera, but it's actually lime green. But staying very active right now with the business. It will start to simmer in the coming months. For now, it's going to be a little more loop-de-de-loop. So, I remember I was thinking about this. I remember hearing Anthony Robbins say at one point that when you have a little more money, you don't have fewer problems, you just have a better quality of problem. And I'm in a place right now where I'm a little concerned about money, and I'll sort of share that business aspect with you. So as you know, but you may or may not know, I am a vendor at a prison. I operate vending machines for the state as a subcontractor at a prison in the Houston, Texas area. And fortunately, I was just assigned 2 new locations. Now, because of the nature of my contract with the state, while I do have this one prison right now, and I'm taking over the contract for these other 2 prisons, I cannot, in a long-term sense, maintain all 3 of them unless it's absolutely necessary. What will ultimately occur is, because the 2 that I just won the bid for are part of a partnership, I will continue to operate those indefinitely. The one I have been operating now, in about 4 to 5 months, I will have to relinquish it for another contractor who is trying to get into the same business. The funds, the amount of money that they make, will be significantly different from what I will be making. I will hopefully move up to about twice of what I'm making right now, which is great for me and for the people who work with and for me, but it will mean that I will have to let go of this other prison. So for a while, next 4 or 5 months, I will be fortunate enough to have 3 locations to operate, which will pretty much make my income about 3 times of what it is right now, which is great. Really, really great. But, man, I forgot to tell what time it is again, too. So busy, I keep forgetting even mention the time. Set an alarm for 10 minutes from now. So,
set an alarm for 10 minutes from
alright. So, anyway, I'm going to have to relinquish that one after about 4 or 5 months, the one I'm currently doing. But in the meantime, I will have almost 3 times my income. And that's great. Now, I'm essentially splitting that up with my staff because I respect and appreciate the work that they do and want to reward them for it. Remember, if you own a business, that unless it's a service that you can offer your own, like, for example, tarot card reading or something, and it's really a one-man job, you can be service-oriented but not have to worry about labor outside of your own. Whereas in my situation, where I operate vending, I have to fill vending machines, I have a consistent, regular business that I have to operate daily, I need to have a staff that I can count on. And I do that by paying them fairly well. So that's great. I'm going to pay them fairly well. So I'm going to be making more money, and the quality of problems I have will come at a higher value, but to take over this business and transition out with the current manager, who is retiring, very, very nice man. I mean, extremely nice. And very helpful, by the way. I'm picking up some of his inventory. And what that means is, where he buys, I pay the value that he spends at that store. So, for example, if he spends 29 cents on chips, but I spend 24, I don't pay the amount that I pay because I use a different vendor, or a supplier rather. I pay his amount. So multiply a nickel a bag of chips times 400 bags of chips, and you see what the difference is. It's probably more than that. It's probably more like 800 bags of chips. 800 to 1,000 bags of chips. So we're talking about essentially, let's see, 20 to 1,000. So we're talking almost about a 500. Almost about a $200 difference in cost. And that's a lot in business. But the good news is I'm going to make that and much more as I slowly transition out of what he sells and transition into what I sell because of the way I monitor my food costs. So yay! So that's a big thing. He buys drinks differently from the way I do. He uses the same supplier, but he uses a different type of product. And it's time to shake it up a little bit. So that is what we're going to do, is shake it up a little bit, throw a few things different in the machine, see what we can come up with. Let's see. What else? So there's that. It's a pretty big deal because the money aspect is going to be, they say when you start a business, it's a bigger investment at the beginning. And it's very, very true. You do have to spend money to make money. And that's pretty much what's happening. I have to spend money. But I just show you my level of commitment to these. Now I have faltered a little bit because I haven't posted daily. Because I missed yesterday posting. And that's fine. But here I am, back again, continuing, moving forward, which is all I can really do. I just have to keep going. And tomorrow is a big day. Bill, one of the team, and I moved a bunch of stuff today. Today was a little shorter of a day, but tomorrow we have to spend more time. We have to load totes. and get ready, because on Wednesday we're going to go load our normal day. We've been spending 2 days a week at the unit that I currently operate for convenience time. But what's going to happen is, now, as a result of these new businesses, what we're going to do is we're going to actually go to 1 day a week and keep track of the inventory of how much more is needed, and start trying to really do it all in 1 day, each unit in 1 day. And once that occurs and create a balance, it'll make our job that much easier, and we'll be able to handle all 3 units plus additives fairly easily for that time. So there's that, and that's good. So I'm excited about that. It's just an investment of time and money at the beginning. And I have to load, because we're going to move to 1 day a week. This weekend, even though Bill and I have started changing the process where we fill and then load, in order to even us out for next week, I'm actually going to load for next week this weekend by myself, so I can get us pushed forward into that new track. So I had to buy twice as much product, or I have to buy twice as much product tomorrow to prepare for Wednesday. Yeah, that's it. And then I have to load the extra this weekend so that we can be ready for Monday to go and load the unit. So it's a very involved process. But I'm staying committed to this too. And see, that's what's most important, is staying committed to something. There's always a reason to say, I couldn't do it, I didn't have time to do it. Well, if it's important to you, which this is important to me because I see the benefits of it, then you make time for it. Even though after this, I am going to go and lay down for an extended period of time and just relax and sleep for a few hours, get up and get ready for us to go shopping. I'm getting this done. And tomorrow's going to be a busy day. So I've got to see what time I'm going to do.